What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. We are 1 week away from the Crown of Sorrow raid as part of the Season of Opulence DLC update. Now in this video I'm going to go over one weapon that might be a sleeper for that new raid, and of course this is the original exotic from the Leviathan raid, the Legend of Acrius. Now in my opinion this weapon would be really good to use provided that you do have the Catalyst, and I will get into that in just a second here, but this is a heavy shotgun. This is a really powerful weapon that has crazy impact, and you want to make sure that when you go into this raid, because you're going to be so under leveled, that you can offset that to a certain degree with high impact weapons like this one, like Jotun. And I will make a follow-up video to this to go over some weapons that you may want to have in your arsenal as you go into that new raid. But let's jump right into it. Legend of Acrius. Why do I think this will be a good weapon to use in that new raid? Well, the first thing you want to make sure you have, though, is the Catalyst. And this is one of the best catalysts in the game because it does profoundly impact and profoundly change the usefulness for this weapon. You can see here that with this Catalyst, you do have it solve two of the biggest issues with the gun, namely the low magazine and also the very slow reload speed. With this Catalyst, you're going to bump up your magazine from 2 to 6 shots, and you're going to greatly enhance the reload speed. So that makes this a really viable option now for DPS. Now the Catalyst itself can only be found in the Prestige version of the Leviathan raid, and if you are having trouble getting it, I do live streams here on YouTube to help people get Prestige Catalysts like the Acrius, like Sleeper, and also to like the Telesto fusion rifle. But you can only get this from that raid, and in my opinion your best bet is to focus strictly on the first encounter. You can get this to drop from the very first section of the raid when you open up the Castellum. That's how I got it, that's how a lot of people have gotten it, and quite frankly that's all I focus on during those Catalyst streams. But this Prestige Leviathan is the only place you can get the Acrius Catalyst, and you do need to make sure you have it because it is, like I said, one of the best catalysts in the game. Once you have it, you'll have deeper pockets. It does take a pretty big grind to get this thing unlocked. As you can see here, I have 512 kills with this particular version, and I believe to unlock the Catalyst you need to get 500 kills. So this is a pretty easy catalyst to get done. It's just time consuming. In my opinion, the best way, the fastest way of getting the Catalyst done is via the Whisper of the Worm mission. So if you had that unlocked here on IO, you want to head inside the heroic version. I don't have it unlocked, I think, on this character, but you can head inside that mission, go down to the green room where the thralls are. If you have the Taken Armaments mod from the Last Wish raid, that will make this go super fast. You can get it done in 1 or maybe 2 runs. If you don't have that, it will take a bit longer. Just make sure you have Scavenger and Heavy Ammo Finder. But that'll be the best way of getting this Catalyst done once you get it from the Prestige raid. So just to give an idea here of why this might be useful, I'm going to head inside a Nightfall. I have a modifier set up right now where it lowers my power level down to 520. So I'm at a serious disadvantage here when it comes to this Nightfall, but it will help kind of demonstrate just how good this weapon could be, because for any team going for the raid on day 1, this is going to be a situation where you're really under leveled going into that raid. I think that this weapon here, because of the high damage that it offers, it can help offset that. The biggest thing with the new raid, because you're going to be so under leveled, is going to be survivability, but also being able to do massive damage versus the other enemies. And right now these guys, they have the Void Shield. They are way more powerful than I am, but because this thing has that spread, because this thing has crazy damage in and of itself, it's going to be able to break through those defenses and give you a decent chance of taking down some enemies. I don't think you want to have your entire team have this, but if 1 or 2 guys have this weapon with the Catalyst, it might be worth using in that new raid. I think, like I said, with the Catalyst, it does greatly enhance this weapon. It is, in my opinion, one of the best catalysts in the game because of that. It's such a different weapon from start to finish when you have the Catalyst versus when you don't. And I think that it's just overall a really fun weapon to use. If there's anything else I could add to this, the one thing that it does not improve is the fire rate. That's the one drawback to this weapon. It has a very low fire rate, but because you have those shock blasts that are going to overpenetrate and take out groups of enemies, because you now have the magazine be really robust, I believe you can have 12 shots here without any of the other reserve perks on this in your armor. If you had those, it's going to increase that even more. But 6 shots per clip, 12 shots total, even more if you have those reserves. This weapon is going to be one that can do a lot of damage. I mean, these guys are much stronger than I am. This guy has a lot of health here, and it nearly killed him in one hit. So you can get a sense here that if you're going up against some strong enemies, especially if they have the arc shield, this is going to be your best bet, I think, in that new raid, to have some additional firepower to take down some enemies. I wanted to make this because with that raid coming out soon, teams are going to be going for World's First. Teams are going to be under-leveled heading into this, and that's by design. I'm really excited for that reason. But to give yourself the best chance, I think part of it is having good teamwork, part of it is having great communication, but you want to make sure that you have the requisite weapons and armor. This, I think, the Legendary Acrius is going to have its chance to shine in the Crown of Sorrows raid. That is my opinion. Let me know what you think below, guys. Let me know which arsenal you're going to take into that new raid when Opulence comes out next week. I will make a follow-up video to this. I'm going to go over all the weapons I think that would be useful for that new raid. I'm going to focus on the exotic weapons you might want to have. I'm going to focus on some of the more legendary varieties that you might want to have heading into that raid. Super excited, guys. Let me know in the comments below just how excited you are. More importantly, thank you for watching. Let me know what you guys think, and cannot wait for Opulence to come out next week. See you guys.